Okay, so now that we've reached this point, what do we want to do? Well, one of the things we would like to do is we want to at least try graphing the data, see what happens. So I'm going to actually just graph the individual data first. So let's actually click where it says 21, right next to Mike L's, and we're going to drag it all the way up to the top row. So I've selected that data. That's the data I want to graph, and I'm going to go click under Insert a Chart, and it will randomly pick like the type of chart it thinks you need. Now it's funny because this chart actually does show you something. Heart rate after 5 minutes, heart rate right after the exercise. And you notice if you take a look at it, the heart rate during the exercise is much greater. But I actually think that that's kind of, that's really a hard graph. So if you actually notice on each one of the red is bigger than either the yellow or the blue, all right, that just means that your heart's beating faster during that time. This is a really lousy graph for this particular data. So if you notice, the chart editor shows up, and it should somewhere say chart type. You may have to play around to get this to come up. All right, I'm going to actually change this chart type to a line chart. And now, unfortunately, what it's doing, it's comparing all the heart rates for all the different people. Well, that isn't particularly useful. People have different heart rates. So it doesn't really give me the information I want. So what I want to do is I actually want to change what I'm charting. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch rows with columns. Boom. And now what do you notice what happens here is everybody starts off. Me, the blue line, all the Matt Lobolita, purple line is Adam. And you notice they start off low. Then when we work out, it peaks, it goes way, way, way up, and then it crashes. One person here, Carter's was a little different from everybody else's. That's okay. All right. Maybe he took it a little faster, maybe did something else. So we don't know, but that's what it is. All right, now, the next thing I would like to do is I want to actually just chart the averages. Now, that's actually going to be a little tricky because I want to select, and then I'm going to hit the control sheet, and I'm going to say I want to graph this against this information. So what I did is I selected the first column, I clicked at the 65, dragged it all the way across, and I hit control because I'm going to be using some data that isn't adjacent, and I want this to be the title. All right, so I'm going to then go Insert a Chart. And again, I don't want to have this kind of setup. I want to go with, oh, and you notice it, okay, yeah, there we go. I want to customize this. And this is what happens is sometimes it winds up doing some very weird stuff. So I think I'm going to customize it. Yeah, I'm going to actually get rid of this chart, delete. I'm going to try doing this a little differently. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this column right here. I'm going to go cut, and I'm going to insert it right here at the very top and see what, actually, I'm going to go copy, and then I'm going to insert this data right here at the very top. Insert one above, paste. Oh, and it's not working there. So that's not going to work. All right, so I have to do something else. It's going to be the average. Okay, you see where it says average reference? Because I changed it, it didn't work. So I'm going to go average equals average, open parenthesis, and then I'm going to drag this entire row down and hit enter. And that did not work either. I'm going to try doing it again. Average. I'm going to get rid of this so it's open parenthesis. Then I'm going to click drag at the 80 under my name, drag all the way down, close the parenthesis, hit enter. There we go. So you notice it's exactly the same as it was before. There we go. All right. So now what I want to do is I actually want to put a chart of just this data in. All right. This is the average. So I'm going to select 65, go up, and then go all the way across. And then I'm going to insert a chart. And then I'm going to change the chart type to a line graph. And you notice it again, it's trying to graph it against the wrong axes. I just got these three stupid little points. So I want to switch rows and columns, and that will show me what actually happened to the average. So the average for this type of exercise is there's a big peak. Okay, it goes up significantly. All right, so that's how you do this. Now, you can repeat this thing again. What we just did, you're going to repeat the same thing for anaerobic exercise. It's not going to be quite so pretty because the anaerobic exercise, you're going to notice what happens when you've done the anaerobic exercise is a little bit different. Okay, so that is it for this tutorial.